Welcome to PitchCon. Well, it's not really welcome. This is the end. There's only a few hours left, right? By the way, last panel, Dave Potts. Dave, so sexy. Good to see Dave. Always representing Auburn. Good man and thorough. Rudy Gamble, my man. I see him in the hallways when I see him at these conferences like First Pitch Arizona. And I'm like, hey, Rudy. He's like, hey, Mike. That's it. But it's cordial. It's classy. And then there's Kimball. Whenever I see him or I see his name, I immediately think, I'm Detective John Kimball. That makes me think of that right away. I also will never forget what he had to say about Nick Kurtz last year. So I'm just going to stick that in my... I'm just not going to be able to forget that one. Anyways, great. Love these people. Love everyone, right? It's nothing but love all the time. I thought we'd get things warmed up a little bit here, though, with a little music like I always try to do. Let's have some fun first. It'll be a brief clip. I don't think this will get us kicked off anything. If I'm in trouble, let me know.
And now, please rise.
Everybody on your feet. Let's go. In the big leagues. And just as long as we live it, it's lunatics player. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Ooh, better up. All right, a little baseball. Feel good music. Wow, I'm out of breath. I might have to drop some LBs. Great to be here, PitchCon. Thanks, everybody. I can't see the comments or anything, so I won't be able to connect if that's happening at all right now. Just know that I appreciate you being here, and I love doing this. And it's not a joke. It's not just some superfluous BS at all. True to the game, doing what I love to do. And on today's agenda of the Michael Govier Power Hour, I guess we call it, which, you know, I started doing this in 2021, 22, something like that. Nick will remember because he's been very supportive of this. Something happened along the way, and it was called the lockout. Remember that? Yeah, nobody wants to remember it. It sucked. But we're on the precipice of another one. So my focus today is try to not think about the buzzkill of that. It's to cherish. Cherish this season that we're about to have. Cherish baseball. Celebrate it. Not time to be negative. There's going to be plenty of that, and the dark days will form like the nothing from the Never-Ending Story. It will just consume everything. And by December 1st of this year, it'll be welcome to hell. But we're not doing that today. I want to be happy. I was looking back at the lockout, and there were some things I think that came out of it that were good, even though it sucked. Like universal DH. You know, we kind of take that for granted now because it's been part of the game for the last 4 years. But man, that is absolutely a win. I don't need the purists coming at me about, you know, whenever you see Madison Bumgarner, you know, some of the better hitters, they always go to like the 2 or 3 pitchers who could actually hit. Rick Ankiel was a pitcher. My headphones keep slipping off my head here. He could hit, right? And then became a hitter. Then he became a pitcher. Which one was it? Oh, yeah, he got the yips, then became a hitter. But I'm happy about the universal DH. I love it, man. It's just better. More real hitters. Another job for a real hitter. And the pitchers don't lose their job. They still have their job because their first job is to pitch, right? So that's a win from the lockout. I also think, you know, we're coming off that COVID nightmare, and it made it a lot easier to kind of absorb the lockout at the time because we'd gone through an even longer period of no baseball in 2020. So it was not as big a deal as it'll probably be later this year. And we also had that awesome free agency scramble. Remember that mad dash? All those free agents in that window. It was like almost $2 billion was spent right before the deadline of the CBA expiring. That was a ton of fun. We all had a good time, and nobody can deny that. You can't deny it. It was a lot of fun. So it's not all negative. There are some good things. Lockouts can create positive benefits in the long run, and I think the last one did that. And you might think that I'm wearing really, 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 really rose-colored glasses right now, but that's okay. I can live with that. Also, I want to talk about that World Series that happened last year and kind of go back and look at the favorite World Series of my lifetime. So many amazing World Series and moments that have happened. But 2025, Blue Jays got robbed. Well, he did give gave up a home run to Miguel Rojas. So, I mean, is that being robbed? I don't know. I feel like you kind of get what you pay for there when you have Jeff Hoffman as your closer. So, I know that's not cool. And Jeff Hoffman's probably a great guy.
Great job.
But, yeah, you had a lead in the 9th inning. But that was an awesome World Series. Not just Game 7, of course, the 18-inning game, all that stuff. So I'd like to take a look and celebrate that. And we got some other things to look forward to this year. They're going to be a lot of fun, like the World Baseball Classic is coming back. That'll be cool. The last World Baseball Classic was a blast. It was a good time, was it not? I thought it was. So, yeah, that's what I got on the agenda today. But first, I got to hit this, right? I got my little thing here. Ready? All right, we're ready. Or should I go the other way? Oh, this one's a little loose. There we go. See, isn't that fun? Props. I'm like Carrot Top. I'm the Carrot Top of fantasy baseball. All right, I don't know if, Josh, if we're ready, we can pull up that second screen now or not. Oh, he's right. Look at this. This guy's right on cue. So I wanted to, last year I talked a little bit about MVP baseball. It's like the best game ever. And I wanted to do a quick celebration of some of my personal favorites. Retro style baseball only, okay? The classics, the best. And I'm hoping that you'll get upset about this or disagree, okay? So retro, 20 years minimum, right? Everything you're going to see here is PS2 or earlier. But there were so many great baseball games. And it was a privilege to grow up when I did. It really was, because we had so many fun games. And this one right here, Sports Talk Baseball, check this out. If you don't like, I got to check. Hang in there. This is a lot of fun. Technicalities. Oh, boy. How did I do that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Right. Hang on. Wow, this is fun, isn't it? Technical difficulties. Can I rotate to a window? Oh, boy. Hang on. Boo. I really wanted to show this off. I thought it'd be a lot of fun. It's really crucial to my whole thing here because, all right. Maybe I can try this. Switch one. Hang on. Hey! Nope, I can't find it. Okay, crap. Well, nope. Okay, well, this is not entertaining for anyone. Everyone's like, why are you doing this? Okay, thank you very much. Sorry, Josh. I guess I made a mistake here. Maybe I could try to share another window. We can stop this one.
That's what I was going to say. I'll hop in real quick. Yeah, if you screen share like the whole screen instead of just a window, it should.
Oh, okay, great. Yep. Here we go. Got it. See, look at that, guys. We work together. That's teamwork, guys. Oh, we're in the vortex. Look at that. Okay, so now you can see what I see. Okay, great. So let's play ball here. All right, there we go. So Sports Talk Baseball. Look at this. 1992 Sega. This was mind-blowing. This changed people's lives. I gotta be honest. Like, it was so cool because you had a guy talking. It was a big deal. Let's go. I gotta go with my Tigers, of course. 1991 stats here. So if you remember 91, who should we take on here? Should we do a divisional rival showdown? How about Milwaukee? That'll be fun. When Milwaukee was in the AL. Now they gave you 3 stadiums, which was cool as hell. This was basically the Sky Dome. Then Blue Moon Stadium, which was like, I guess it's supposed to be like one of those giant all-purpose old school stadiums from back in the day. And then this one, the Red Sun, which is like a smaller bandbox. So let's play in the bandbox. What do you say? All right. Oh, we got to go Bill Gullickson, Frank Tanetta, Walt Terrell. Ooh, was this his Mark Leiter? It's not Al Leiter, that's for sure. I'm going to go Bill Gullickson. He won 20 games for the Tigers that year. Lineup's fine. I'm not going to go through that. But this game's a lot of fun. Look at this. Giant letters. Woo! All right, Milt Kyler. He was, here it is. Ground ball, base hit into left. Oh, boy. Right off the bat. Who are we facing? Who's on the mound here? Chris Bosio. Ooh, good. Oh, Lou Whitaker. Lou Whitaker should be in the Hall of Fame. I need to press pause. Timeout. Lou Whitaker should be in the Hall of Fame. Lou Whitaker should be in the Hall of Fame, folks. You hear me? I don't care about the Hall of Fame that much, but Lou Whitaker is a Hall of Famer. Check the numbers. Check the tape. He's as good as anybody who's basically a second baseman who's in there. All right, Lou's hit a home run for their audience. Here we go. Struck out. Okay, well, that didn't work out. Anyways, I love this game. That's a personal favorite of mine. Sports Talk Baseball right? No? Yes. Now, this one also on the Sega Genesis. I think this comes in as my number 2. And it was a lot of fun. It was so detailed. You could customize everything. That's one of the things I love doing. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy that just want to play a game. I love the customization. And it got taken to it. Look at all these games, by the way. Here it is. Triple Play. So you might remember this one. Triple Play Baseball. We'll jump into a game here. Here we go. Look at this. Look at those graphics improved. Bobby Higginson at the plate. What was that? What kind of pitch was that? That was a righty. It inverted to the left. Oh, Bobby got a hold of that one. Oh, nice play there. What is he doing? Throw it. Yeah, and the umps were fun. They'd be like, you're out. That's a lot of fun. Oh, great organ, too. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, Mike Ring. This is actually my buddy, Mike Ring. He's a real... I love creating characters in this game. It's a lot of fun. Oh, Mike with a lazy. Well, yeah, that's that. Anyways, Triple Play is a lot of fun. The graphics were cool. Oh, there's Michael Gove. Oh, we got to let Michael Govier hit, right? Yeah. Okay, real quick. But you could put your, let's see, that's a ball. Yep. You could put your leg out. So I try to pull the ball, I guess, or you can put it in. Try to go the other way. Do the Jeter inside out. Oh, Govier with a big whiff. Did you hear the ump? I got the volume down a bit. I don't know if people can hear it, but he goes, Stig. That's a ton of fun. I used to do that all the time when I was in high school, and it was really annoying. People were very annoyed. 1 and 2 here, Govier. A lot of pressure. Here it comes. Oh, I swung at the trash. I'm terrible. 3 up, 3 down. The organ. Oh, man, I love it. So that's a lot of fun. Triple Play, another retro classic. Now, oh, wait, I want to go to the NES real quick. By the way, if you have a Mac, open EMU. Great emulator. Love it. All right. Nintendo. So the original. Ooh, John Elway's quarterback? G.I. Joe? Oh, boy. Guys, we could just do like a game stream and just have fun for hours, could we not? I mean, we are on Twitch. Kind of makes sense, does it not? But for me, the NES, the gold standard, and you might already be thinking it. Say it with me, guys. No, it's not Bases Loaded. Yes, it is Baseball Stars. There it is. Now, this game was very customizable. You could do a 6-team league and play 25 games with each team. So basically like a full season, and you could customize the whole team. Tons of fun. But I'm just going to jump in real quick. Don't remember the best team. Oh, this is the Lovely Ladies, too. I love that. Ahead of its time. Lovely Ladies versus the World Powers. We got a doozy brewing here. Yeah, Gina's leading off. Gina knows how to get on base. And Wilbur. Wait, Wilbur? Oh, see those names? All right, here we go. All right, come on, Gina. Show him who's boss. I'm hitting here, leading off. Oh, ground ball to third. Oh, it's a terrible arm at third. You'd think a guy at third would have a cannon, wouldn't you? But one of the cool parts about Baseball Stars is that you could customize and build players. So they started off weaker in some parts, and then you could build up their arms, their power. God, that guy's arm was terrible at third. But that made it fun. This is one of the earliest customizable sports games that I remember. Oh, come on, Watson. Get that weak stuff out of here. Come on, Cheryl. Lefty on lefty. Take it to him. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. 1 ball, 1 strike. Watson looks in. The pitch. And Cheryl fouls it off. She's hanging in there. 2-strike count. I don't know what's going to happen here. Maybe we should just try to put it in play, get a base hit, keep this inning alive, or go for broke. What do you say, guys? Here we go. Oh, she got into one. That's going to drop in for a base hit in right field. Cheryl does what Cheryl does best. A lot of fun. Thanks, Cheryl. So those are the older school ones, and then somewhat newer, but obviously still very old. This one, All-Star Baseball 2004. Now, this was a underrated game. I don't think it got a lot of pub because MVP, everyone talks about MVP. But All-Star Baseball 2004 on, look at this, scanning for memory card. Isn't this fun? God, it's so much fun. But on the PS2, this was a really cool game because you could do expansion team. And I remember when I got this game, that's how old I am. I got this game when it came out back in 2003, and you could do an expansion team with Portland, Nashville, all these teams that we talk about theoretically that might one day get an expansion team. And I can't believe, oh, it's Lou Gehrig. Look at that. That's right. We're on PS2 now, so we got video and stuff. You were a lucky man. And this ALS is perfect. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? I can't believe they used that song on the. Of course they did. All-Star. Hey, now you're an all-star. But so you could start the franchise here. I'm not going to go into this. Expansion, tons of fun. Oh, and the music, which the whole soundtrack of this game is The Natural. That's the soundtrack. Isn't that cool? Very cool, I thought. So let's do a quick play here, show you real quick. I got to be the Tigers, right? They had all these bonus teams, too. That was pretty cool. Tigers, Arizona. Sure, why not? Comerica Park, let's do it. Do you hear that music swelling? Oh, there it is. Boop, 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 boop. The game gets a big bump just for the natural soundtrack, right? So it's kind of hard to miss, hard to ignore. Look at this TV-style presentation. Look at this. Nice panning camera. Comerica Park in its early glory. This will be exciting. Oh, what? Uh-oh. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Uh-oh. I'm turning that off. I did. Holy crap. Wow. We're old. I didn't know. There you go. And there's a deep drive in the left field, and that'll be a home run. I didn't know that he was. I forgot that he was on there. Wow. I feel like, am I in trouble now? I didn't know. I didn't remember. It's not my fault. I'm a good person. He's not. And then lastly, of course, MVP Baseball, which, you know, do I need to show it? If you've never seen it, just want to show it real quick. So this is a classic. It's got a great soundtrack, really good soundtrack of like modern tunes for the time. You know, we talked a little bit about this last year, and you can just customize everything. You do owner mode. If you're really into that, you want to cover all 3 levels of minor league baseball, which for the time was a new thing, that you could have control over every level of your franchise through all 3 levels, single, double, and triple A. Who we got? Who's on this video? God, I hope it's someone who's decent. I don't know those people. Were they Rally Monkey fans? I mean, the World Series was a couple of years after this when the Angels won in 2002 and Barry Bonds was snubbed. Should have won a World Series, Barry. Hey, look at this guy, cover athlete Manny Ramirez, still not in the Hall of Fame because he cheated. He was a terrible baseball player. Do you know that? I'm just saying. That's what people tell me. I mean, he's not in the Hall of Fame. He must be terrible. Right? I don't know if that's really true. I had a Cleveland baseball card. Manny is like a 16 or 17-year-old as a young rookie, tops 91. He's got a bat on his shoulder, and he's just sitting there. He's with Cleveland. He wasn't even up in the bigs yet. Whew, that was fun. Oh, Trail of Dead. Great band. Love Trail of Dead. Underrated. Got an owner mode going here, so I'll just load that up. But this soundtrack is so good. The Trail of Dead were, you go back to the mid-2000s, great mid-2000s band. Very long band name, and you will know us by the Trail of Dead, but whew, mwah, good music, good band. All right, so you jump into owner mode. Look at this. You got fan happiness. You got this whole thing here. You got to keep your fans happy. You got to keep your prices up. You can go to the owner's box. You got team management on every level, transactions, roster, payroll. It's so in-depth, man. It's just so in-depth. And then the gameplay itself is a ton of fun. It really is. I got this going. Wow. This is sorry, A's fans, Oakland. Yeah. Ryan Vogelsong is up in my rotation. Great. Let's do it. Cool. Taking on the Angels here. It's a big divisional game. Oh, Govier's hitting second. There you go. I told you I like to put myself in the game. Wow, we're 67-26. I feel bad because, like, I don't like the A's anymore, but this was fun back then because the A's were fun still. And now they don't have a team in Oakland. It makes me, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just trying to tell you that you can customize everything. So I built a new ballpark as the Oakland owner, which is really cool, right? It's so much fun. It's just endless fun. And then you got Dwayne Kuiper. These are the Giants broadcasters, right? Oh, Mike Krukow. That's right. Look at this. These graphics aren't that bad, right? I mean, this was 20 years ago. Remember Charles Thomas? He never quite did it, did he? Oh, my God. That was the low. Does anybody in Major League Baseball throw a 56-mile-an-hour curveball? I'm not really sure that's the case. That was a little unrealistic. Oh, he got into one. Leadoff single off the lefty. That's 2 times. I'm 2 for 2 lefty on lefty in all these games today. That's pretty cool. All right, Govier. Time for redemption. Oh, I'm hitting 320. Wow, what a season. It's all late July, so that's a legit 320. Oh, I tried to go the other way on him, and it could be a doubler. remember when you could do that? Oh, it was another time and era. Anyways, there you go. Look at this. You can't do that on television anymore. Oh, boy. You miss those days? I don't know if I do. Oh, now I'm stuck in this. They won't let me out. Okay, great. Thanks a lot, PSCX. There we go. Let me quit now? Okay, thanks. It doesn't like me. Anyways, those are my favorite retro baseball games of all time. I'd love to hear your thoughts otherwise. You can comment, hit me up, MJ Govier. You can hit up in the chat the rest of the day. Wherever people are talking baseball, that's the place to do it, right? How can I force quit this thing now? There we go. Thanks for the force quit, Apple. Okay, so there we go. That's done. Now we get back to this. And so I want to take a look at some moments. I know we're in this vortex now. We still keep this up. Greatest World Series moments of our lives. And I wanted to hit a couple real quick. And I hope we're allowed to do this, Josh. I hope I'm not that one. Nope. Here we go. Nope, not that one. Oh, I'll just start from over. Here we go. 1991, Braves, Minnesota. This was Game 7 of the World Series. Sorry, this is Game 6. That was Game 7. Just listen. Game 7, Twins in Atlanta. Atlanta was nothing at the time. The Twins were on their second possible World Series victory in the last 4 years because they won in 87. This is Gene Larkin, right? Twins fans, Minnesota people. Alejandro Pena on the mound to close this out, win it all. Game 7. There's no score, guys. There's no score. There it is. Isn't that amazing? Dan Gladden, mustache, mullet. Jack Morris. Everybody remembers that game for Jack Morris, which is great because he deserves credit for that. But that was one. And then I watched this one. I remember real time, 2001. You know the deal. Mariano Rivera, unstoppable. Me and my buddy Steve, my old pal, we're watching this game. November 4th, 2001. It was like 10:30 at night, Eastern Standard Time. And Luis Gonzalez. Whee! There's Craig Counsell. Get ready for more Craig Counsell, though, because that's not the end of Craig Counsell on this show. Bob Bradley's mustache. Oh, man, that's classic. Isn't that all? Look at that. Look at the jubilation. Oh, Joe, look at Tori's face. Sorry, Joe. Sorry. I'm not feeling bad at all. East Coast bias is a real thing. And then back to 97. Sorry, Cleveland. Dave McDonald, Jay Hallisker, all my Cleveland pals. Hate to do it to you. But I watched this game in 97 on my friend Keith's couch, senior year of high school. Whee! Guess who's coming home? Wait, who is that guy? Is that Craig Counsell? Yay! You bought yourself a championship. Who cares? Oh, Tony Fernandez. I feel so bad for Tony. He played really well in that postseason. Oh, Jimmy Leland. Fire up a heater, Jim. Yeah! Woo! I got cigarettes. That's funny. Come on. And then, not quite yet. How about this one? 2016. We know the deal here. Again, Cleveland. It's nothing personal. At least you're in a Game 7 of a World Series twice in your lives. Yeah. This is a fun moment for Cleveland, though. Maybe it's not as great, though, because you know how it plays out. But this is incredible. To me, this reminds me of what we're leading up to here to the 2025 series. Raji, former Tiger. Aroldis Chapman. Wow. Oh, dude. That is so cool. I remember that moment. Oh, Aroldis, can't believe it. Don't worry. You'll still win the World Series. Wow. Wasn't that amazing? And then, to bring it full circle, 2025. Sorry, Canada. Oh, man. That's a bummer. That's a real big bummer, isn't it? Yeah. That really bums me out. But we do have the World Baseball Classic to look forward to as well. I'm going to show the rest of these videos and then we'll take the screen down. This is what happened in the last World Baseball Classic, which is coming up this year. Don't tell me you don't remember this. Ohtani is not the man he once was. Yeah, America, freedom, WBC, Japan, stoic, get the job done. There he is, Mike Trout. This was like Mike Trout's last hurrah in a way, wasn't it? There it is. The rise of a legend and the decline of a king. That's how you can look at that, right? But that's going to be fun. WBC 2026. Get stoked. Also, the World Series Baseball Classic, and of course, the All-Star Game. The All-Star Game is in Philadelphia this year for the first time since 1996. And this is what happened last time the World Series, not the World Series, the All-Star Classic was in the All-Star Classic, World Baseball Classic, World Series, All-Star Game, 96, Philly. Ozzy's final All-Star Game. Look at these Philly fans. Philly fans get a lot of crap. They really do. Look, giving nothing but love to Ozzy. That's classy. Philly, you get respect in my book. A for effort. Yep, Ozzy. God, he's such a classy guy. I could never be as classy as Ozzy Smith, could I? I'd like to be, but it's just not in the cards for me. That's okay. Good man, Ozzy. I thought maybe he'd do a backflip real quick or something, but I guess he just steps in and... Oh, Joe Morgan with a great drop in there, Joe. All right, that's it. We can cut the other screen if you're still listening or if anybody cares. Hey, see, look at this. This production is first class all the way. Well, that was a run of fun stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed all that. But to review, the Blue Jays could have won the World Series and they didn't. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I watched it. Me and Leanne were pumped. I live in Canada now. That's right. And the Blue Jays went to the World Series my first full year in Canada. It was a dream come true. And Leanne was stoked. We were watching this game. We wanted them to win so badly. Bichette gave them the lead early on with that big 3-run dong. And Jeff Hoffman, I wonder what Jeff Hoffman is thinking today. You know, new season coming up. Is he thinking, all right, it's all about getting the job done here. Whatever's in front of me next is all that matters. I'm not going to think about the past. I'm going to think about what I need to do today. Take it day by day until the Blue Jays become victorious and win it all in 2026. What if he's thinking like that? Or, and you know, this thing in here, this brain can do things to us, make us feel bad, make us feel less than. It's a real thing. And Jeff Hoffman was right there. And it's haunting. There's some players that they live with it and they move through it. You know, you can make a mistake and you bounce back. They're athletes. They're paid to do this. So they learn by repetition, right? Most things they're learned behaviors, right? And Jeff learned to pitch, and that's what he does. He gives up homers. He strikes people out. He closes out games. He doesn't. So I'm dying to see how Jeff responds in 2026. And I'm rooting for him. I really am. I don't want to see him fall apart. I want to see him rise to the occasion, come back stronger than ever this year, and give it all he's got and leave that in the past. It's a team game, but baseball, more than any other game, really is full of a lot of individual moments because it's one-on-one sometimes. If it's a home run, it's just the pitcher and the hitter. The defense got nothing to do with that, right? If it's a walk, same deal. It's the pitcher, hitter, and the catcher doing their thing. And sometimes the defense gets to jump in. And it's like, it was said many moons ago. Bull Durham said that strikeouts are fascist, right? So I don't think Bull would have liked playing in the modern MLB, would he?
Great job.
Yeah, great job. Anyways, I'm rooting for Jeff. Blue Jays had a hell of a year last year. And there were signs. You know, John Schneider, the manager, he was really excited about this team in spring training. Now, I assume a lot of managers are. And you get a lot of fluff to fill the time, especially with pitchers and catchers reporting. And then the whole spring, it's like a 6-week affair. And there's a lot of time to talk to beat writers and just pontificate. So I get that. That's not lost on me. I know it's not lost on you guys. But secretly, he was excited about this team. And 2024 was a disappointing year for them. So again, the team rose up. And they also had kind of a reformation in the locker room. I said locker room. This is baseball. Clubhouse. I'm so sorry, everybody. Please forgive me. Clubhouse. And that was a big deal. That meant a lot because they were able to speak more openly, supposedly, and they felt more comfortable and they felt more kind of united. And it's really difficult to create unity in professionalism. You would think, oh, just everybody be professional. That's unity. But that's not that simple, especially when there's money involved. All these variables, right? All these things that, you know, he makes more money than me and I'm in a contract year, or, you know, I'm in a slump and that guy's on fire. Bitterness, resentment can brew because if you don't perform, you get 86th. So that pressure is part of it. And nothing is guaranteed unless you got a big contract like Anthony Santander. Isn't that amazing? This guy signs his contract. He's not part of this thing at all last year. He's got to be very motivated, you would think. Or he could be a person that's like, I got paid and I'm happy. You know, money, they say, can't buy you happiness. Sure about that? I mean, it can't buy you happiness, but boy, it can get you there. It can really get you close. Because money equals opportunity. Am I wrong? I don't think so. At any rate, I'm looking forward to see how the Jays respond this year. I'm also looking for the team that wants to rise up. Because baseball is, despite the sadness of the Dodgers, oh, the Dodgers, oh, the Dodgers, oh, the Dodgers suck the life out of us. I get that. It's kind of a bummer, but there's a lot of good teams and players in this league that are going to compete, and it's not over. It's not over at all. I don't believe that it's a foregone conclusion that the Dodgers will win. Hunger matters. We've seen it. Look at some of the examples I just showed you from the World Series past here. In particular, I think the ideal example is that Diamondbacks versus the Yankees. If you recall, you know, the Yankees were kings. 96, 98, 99, right? 2000? They won all those? Four, right? They were on fire. Yeah, I think they won all those. I know they didn't win in 97 because I just showed you. But the Diamondbacks stood toe-to-toe with them and barely beat them. The iconic Mariano Rivera in the bottom of the ninth. So close. Mariano gave up 4 hits in that inning, and inning plus because he came in the 8th. Didn't walk anybody, of course, but 4 hits got him just enough. And the D-backs, you might look at the D-backs and be like, well, it's not like they were, you know, maybe the better example is the Marlins from 2003, 2 years later, when the Marlins beat the Yankees, but the Yankees had kind of fallen off a bit more by then. And the Marlins were more of an upstart than the D-backs may have been because the D-backs had Kurt Schilling. Where are we in Kurt Schilling, by the way? Is it he's totally canceled forever? I don't know. I don't know what the update is on that. I do know the big unit was a big money pitcher. Couldn't hack it in New York, and then he was a part of that D-backs team. But the D-backs had players. Luis Gonzalez was a 50 home run guy. Still not sure how that happened. Or maybe we do know how that happened. But I'm thinking there's going to be a team that rises up to face and challenge the Dodgers this year. Who is the upstart? Is it my Tigers? Yeah, Tigers! Woohoo!
Go Tigers.
Probably not. I would love it to be, but you know, there's an influx of talent here. But Kevin McGonigal, the man, the myth, the legend. Basically, I guess Connor Griffin is the #1 prospect in baseball, but some would tell you that it's Kevin McGonigal of the Tigers. But can he come in right away and they can win a World Series with him? Max Clark, another high draft pick around the corner. It doesn't seem like it seems like a transitional time, but they got Tarek Skubal, who's going to he's going to play this year. He's going to play for the Tigers, and he's just going to play, and that's it. And he's going to walk. He's going to walk because that's how it is around here. Now, I could complain about that, but I'm happy that the team has been in the playoffs the last 2 years. That Mariners game, 15 innings, game 5, ALDS, that was tough. I'd never seen 2 teams that didn't want to win it. Or was it great pitching? I feel like it was a little bit more futility on the hitting side than it was on the pitching side of dominance on that end. Was it not? I don't know. If you saw the game, let me know. MJ Gobi on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Palazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's. That's right. I haven't done that at all. That's what we do here.
Utah.
All my pals of the Palazzo Podcast, I want to shout them out. Mike Virginia, Britton Allen, Robbie Baseball, Big Gentle Ben, and Sam, the Family Feud worshing. He's on fire. Sam's great, isn't he? We're in a running contest for beards right now. In fact, we have a new channel we were looking at adding to Palazzo, the Bear Beard Hour. That's right. So it'll be it'll be us top. No shirts on. So a bunch of big bears with no shirts on with our beards. It's the Bear Beard Hour brought to you by. Anybody interested? Let me know. Hit us up. Palazzo Podcast. 2 L's, 2
Utah.
T's.
Give me 2.
But yeah, I can't wait to see how this plays out. A lot of fun. Exciting. Other things to look forward to this year. A lot of great stuff. World Baseball Classic. That'll be fun. I know my league mates. Shout out. Bless you, boys. BYB. Head-to-head Cats. 14-team. 5x5. OBP instead of average. 10 keepers this year. Who are my 10 keepers going to be? I'm really having a tough time on this one. We still got about a month that we got to declare, or maybe it's less than that. But those guys, we had a live draft. I wasn't able to make it down there for the last WBC, and they went to a game there, and they did the draft. I mean, what a weekend. Where was I? What was I doing? Sitting at home, washing my tights? Not sure what I was doing. Very disappointed, but they had a great time. That was a great weekend. So shout out to BYB. All-Star game, if that's your thing. Great. I don't really watch the All-Star game anymore. I remember when I was 11 years old, I was so excited to watch the All-Star game. But I accidentally hit my brother in the head with a toy gun. Yeah, we're playing. I was 11, he was 9, and we had this, I don't know how it got in the house. It was a toy gun, but it was like metal. So we, play fighting. I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's Steven Seagal or Jean-Claude Van Damme or whatever. It's 1991. And I accidentally hit him right above the brow and gave him a scar. Did not mean that. Sorry about that, Matt. I didn't mean to do that. I love you, brother. I really do. And anybody out there who's got cancer, seriousness, I'm rooting for you. There's no words. My brother's fighting for his life right now, and I love him very much. And anybody else out there who's got a family member, a friend, a loved one that you're like, man, what do you say to somebody when they have cancer? This is something I've been learning about. It's really hard. I try to just be pure and true, but there are things that they're dealing with that you don't want to sound like a platitude, or you don't want to be like cheesy. You don't want to be disingenuous about what they're going through either. I'm very respectful of that. So I've learned a lot about that. So I'm feeling for you. This is the real life stuff. Yes, we're having a good time. Baseball power. Woohoo! But real life's also happening simultaneously. We are all these things at once. We are all the pain and all the happiness combined simultaneously. That is what existence is. Is it not? So I'm feeling it in all ways. I'm feeling my brother's concern for him. I'm feeling this opportunity to be on live on PitchCon. What a dream. These are great things. These are painful things, and they're all encompassing into who and what I am right now. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? I don't even watch wrestling. That's a wrestling thing, isn't it? Right? Can you dig it? Is that like an old wrestling thing? I don't watch wrestling regularly, but I was there. When Miss Elizabeth was caught up in a tryst between Macho Man and Hogan. That was tough. I was really concerned when I was 9. Yeah. The Mega Bucks versus the Mega Powers. Ted DiBiase. Money. My stepfather, twice removed. I'm on my 3rd stepfather, I think. Yeah. I think I'm on with, 3rd stepfather I'm on. Shout out to Rick if you're out there. He's great. I like this guy a lot. My favorite stepfather by far, so far. For real. You're the man, Rick. But my first stepfather, he looked just like Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man. The beard, not like this beard. It was much closer and trimmed. If you could see him, I swear he looked, we used to call him DiBiase. I referred to him as DiBiase. I still do refer to him as DiBiase. He passed, my first stepfather, though, a few years back. So that's too bad. But yeah, this has nothing to do with baseball whatsoever, does it? But yeah, I'm excited about the Field of Dreams game. It's back, and it's going to be back in the cornfield in Iowa this year. Twins, Phillies, August 13th. Get hyped. That's going to be sweet. It's a unique thing. It is. It is. I know it is. I don't care where your cynicism levels check in at. If you're the most cynical person on this planet, you put on that Field of Dreams game. It's pretty fun. Unless you're trying to kill everybody's buzz, you love it. Don't try to play me, okay? So that'll be a lot of fun. August 13th. Twins, revamped. Derek Shelton, new manager. Exciting. Pittsburgh, he gave everything he could to Pittsburgh. And he wasn't terrible based on, we all know the Pittsburgh situation. It's Bob Nutting. Good old Nuts.
Great job.
Great job, Bob. Although, that's what I was going to say. Because I was like, I shouldn't complain. Because I saw earlier Dave McDonald, my dear Cleveland pal, my man, Davey, what's up, buddy? David D. Dr. Dave, the mad genius. He posted that Cleveland has the lowest cash payroll in all of Major League Baseball now, like $83 million.
Wow, dude.
Oh, man. So as a Tigers fan, I should just shut up. I'm going to complain about them not keeping Tarek Skubal, but man, it could be worse, right? But, the thing about it could be worse is it could be better too. So why not strive for better? Why not push for more? If you know it's possible, don't settle, right? And that's a huge lesson I learned just growing up in life about settling. America, push, push, push. America, number one, go, 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 go. Compete, compete, compete. Be the best at everything, right? And the word settle can have really negative connotations, especially when you're younger and you feel like I'm supposed to be here at this age and I'm not there. I'm down here. Oh no, I'm losing the game of life in the United States of America, right? Like that's a lot of pressure. And I see kids, teenagers, and young adults deal with it all the time. I dealt with it. They're dealing with it now, right? But by the time you hit your 40s, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't. You see the folly of it. And settling isn't such a bad word. But when you can do more, settling could be a bad word. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking out both sides of my mouth here. Over here, over there, over here. Yeah. But sorry, Cleveland. The Dolans are just not cool. I got beef with the Illages as my owner, but you guys got the Dolans and they're spending even less. So I'm going to shut up and I'm going to say thank you, Tigers, for all you've done, for all you give us every year. Go Tigers. Looking forward to 2026. It's going to be a good one. But that Field of Dreams will be a good time. Very excited about that. The Twins will have a new manager and they'll revamp. And they're taking on the Phillies, who World Series are bust. But, man, things are not going in the direction they wanted to. They didn't get Bo Bichette. That didn't work out for them. Seems like Philly wanted Bo Bichette too. But they did pick up Johan Duran last year. That was a great trade. Dave Dombrowski, president of the Philadelphia Phillies, who did everything he could to bring the Tigers a World Series. When we were looking at the old game earlier, All-Star Baseball 04, MVP 05. Those were the dark days for the Tigers, way darker. They almost broke the AL record, right, for most losses. Or did they set the AL record, but they almost broke the MLB record. It was 119 losses. I remember that. And then 3 years later, then the World Series. It was awesome. Dave Dombrowski did that. Thank you. But we didn't win the World Series, and we lost in 2013 to Boston because Joaquin Benoit was not the reliever that we needed at the time. Joaquin Dombrowski learned his lessons from the relief pitching shortfall that those late 2000s, early 2010s Tigers fell short on. Relief pitching was their bugaboo, their downfall, no doubt about it, without question. And Dombrowski took that in Philly, said, I got to get Duran ASAP, and he got himself an excellent closer. So good job there. That'll be fun. Hopefully he'll pitch against the Twins, his former team. Get ready for that showdown. Duran against the Twins, his ex-team on the Field of Dreams. Who will come out from the corn shadows that night? Hopefully a cool ghost comes out, because that's like the Field of Dreams thing, right? A cool ghost comes out every time they play a game there, right? Is that true? Right? Kenley Jansen. I promise, no more Tiger stuff. This is just because he's 24 saves away from 500. 500 saves. We got the countdown for Kenley Jansen to get 500 saves, becoming a third player ever, I think, to hit 500 saves. So that's exciting. And he's on a team where he can close out games. So I'm rooting for Kenley. And if I can be there, if he does it here at Comerica, I'll probably go to that game. That'd be fun. We had Miguel Cabrera do legendary stuff with his 3,000th hit here a couple years ago. That was cool. So some more history would be fun. Yeah. And ASB. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. You can challenge a pitch real quick, but you gotta be a pitcher or a hitter or the catcher. Woo! ASB is here. I'm excited. I don't care who's bummed. I'm hyped for ASB in Major League Baseball. We got a Hawkeye. The Hawkeye system. Everybody knows the Hawk. If you play fantasy baseball, I got to imagine you know the Hawkeye system, because we talk about it, StatCast, all the stuff that we salivate over, all the stats. Saw Kyle Bland rocking it out today. Statmaster doing his thing. That was fun. Great job, Kyle. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. I can't wait to see how this plays out, because I've seen games where there were some questionable calls made. But only the pitcher, the catcher, or the hitter can challenge. No, you can't ask for them to review it in the dugout and then say it. You just got to go with your gut instinct right there. If you think the call's wrong, and it comes right back real quick. And if you're at the game, it gets up on the scoreboard about 15 seconds. It's great. That's awesome. Instant calls. Brought to you by T-Mobile. Apparently, T-Mobile's doing that. It's their private little network that they're doing the Hawkeye reviews on. So that's fun. I'm excited. And I think the numbers were pretty mixed. About 52% of calls were overturned. So it was about half. So it wasn't like people were in the minor leagues when they were trying this out. Now, I know minor leaguers aren't major leaguers, but major leaguers are minor leaguers before they become major leaguers, right? So, man, this hair is really annoying. I keep doing this. I've done this like 10 times on this show. Good, geez Louise. But when we have crucial innings, the late leverage situations, questionable calls that we can all see that can be challenged right there, it's going to change so much, so much. Balls and strikes. That's all it is, right? It's not base calls, not anything else. Balls and strikes. That matters. And I know that it's going to change the game for the better. Because at least if we know for sure we get the call right, even if someone's incredulous, I mean, there's going to be calls that are this close, but the Hawkeye is so attuned to the needs of baseball in game that it will get that centimeter. So if it's on the plate, it's on the edge, on the black, Stig! Or as triple play umpire would say, Stig! You know what I mean? So I think I'm trying to see the negatives here. I'm not looking for negatives on this. I'm happy. I'm excited. And I told you this is about celebrate. Be so great, celebrate. It's about celebrating the game, celebrating what we got to look forward to this year. So ASB is a welcome addition, in my view, to the 2026 MLB season. And I'm going to be thoroughly more tuned in. In fact, I frankly might watch more just because ASB is involved. I'm not gonna front on that. You know, the BC Boy said you can't front on that. And I'm not gonna. I won't do it. Very excited for ASB. Yes. Woohoo! We also got some newcomers from Asia coming over to play baseball here this year. And that is exciting for fantasy players. We get to see what they're made of. You know, it's been a mixed bag. You got all kinds of elite players, Shohei Ohtani, the legend, Yamamoto. I mean, these are legendary Japanese players who have come over and play ball, but we've also had other guys, you know, Yoshi Tsutsugo. Yoshi Tsutsugo didn't quite work out. And I really thought he was. I thought he'd be a power hitting stud. I really thought it would go that way, but it didn't go that way. You know, it's not easy to transition to a new culture and different style of baseball to a certain extent. It's still the same game without question, but, you know, 5-man rotations, a little longer season. Will there be effects? Of course there will. And I can't wait to see how it plays out. I mean, my earliest memories of players coming over from Japan, I mean, Hideo Nomo, that was a legendary one. Hideki Irabu, that was early days. I remember that. I was so excited. I'm like, oh, wow, this is cool. This is like a whole thing I didn't even know about. I was younger, and I was like, oh, there's more baseball? There's more players? And then, you know, if you watch Mr. Baseball starring Tom Selleck, you can learn a lot about Japanese baseball. It's pretty cool. I used to think Mr. Baseball was the worst movie ever when I was a kid. I'm like, that movie sucks. There's no real players in it. There's no real MLB teams in it. But I watched it last year, and I was like, this movie's awesome. Wow. I got more wisdom now, and I understand Mr. Baseball now for the first time in my life. I finally get it, Tom Selleck. I do. So I was wrong, Tom. Mr. Baseball is an iconic baseball film. It should be celebrated as such. Now, I've still not seen Mr. 3000 with Bernie Mac. I don't know if that's good or not, but I've never seen it. And I got to be honest, when it came out, I'm like, wasn't feeling it, but I may have missed out on a gem. And I'm going to go back this year. And one of my goals for 2026 is to watch Mr. 3000 in honor of the late Bernie Mac, a hilarious human being, a funny man for sure. But you seen that swing? He plays for the Brewers in that game, right? In that movie, Mr. 3000 is a Brewer, I believe. So that's one I got to see. Otherwise, I think I've seen every baseball movie that matters, right? Sugar, very underrated. Bowden and Fleck, I believe, right? I think it's a Bowden and Fleck film. Great film about baseball and the struggle. Being an international player, trying to make it, and then finding your true calling. Beautiful film. And then all the classics, we know those. I'm not going to repeat those. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. So there is so much to look forward to. This is an exciting time to be alive. Despite the challenges before us, you know what I mean? There are still things to look forward to and to be hopeful about. And I know it can be hard. It can be very, very hard, especially if you're doom scrolling. The doom scroll will get you. Don't let the doom scroll get you. Listen to me. Only because I'm telling you I don't know everything. I'm telling you that up front. But one thing I do know is that there are many, many things to look forward to this year when it comes to MLB baseball, the minor leagues, the lockout, be damned. Put it aside. It's going to be a rough one. No questions asked. The last one was 99 days. This one's going to top that. It is. Sorry. Locking it in. But until that day, we can cherish each day we have up until that point. And you might be watching this and be like, oh, dude, you are so saccharine, man. Come on. Live in the real world, Govier. God. My dearly departed friend, Ryan Liberty, he died in 2003. He was a young man, barely 23 years old. Such a great dude. So funny. But I used to really annoy him. And he would get up in my grill because I was younger. And I was a little bit. I was very antagonistic to him, even though he was a dear friend of mine. And I would really push his buttons. And he would be like, God, Govier, shut up. He would tell me I needed to shut up. And sometimes it's good to shut your mouth. But other times it's important to speak up. And when there's things that have meaning, that have value, that bring people together, collectivism, bring us together, unite us under one roof, under one beautiful sunny day in a ballpark. That's what baseball can do. And you can start digging around like you can in most areas, crevices of the United States of America, and you can look for defects. You can look for problems. And they're really not that hard to find if you just kind of lift a rock up, right? I get that. But you can choose. I can choose. I'm not going to say you. I'm just going to say for myself. I can choose to look for what's good, what's beautiful, what's meaningful, what's loving and compassionate and special and rare, scarce about baseball and the people who play the game and the people who inhabit the game of baseball and all the stories and all the people from all walks of life from all across this world. International. Baseball is an international game. It really is. I don't need to tell you that. I know that. And I can see so many tidbits, so many little morsels of goodness within Major League Baseball and all the levels that make up the subsets of minor league baseball. I really can. I'm going to choose to look at what's good, what's positive, what's special, what's worth giving my time to, right? That's what I'm going to do this year. And that's what this is about. It's a celebration of what can be when we all decide to get together and enjoy what we have before us instead of naysaying it. And that doesn't mean that you're a blind loyalist who doesn't pay attention to the world around you at all. It just means you make an active choice, conscious choice to say, I love this game, and I love watching players go yard. I love a strikeout. I love a knee-bending curve for a call strike 3. Steeg! I love Steeg. Hope everyone starts saying Steeg.